More Lollapalooza casuals' reaction to SB19's performance.
When SB19 stepped onto the Lollapalooza stage, they weren't just performing for attendees. They were performing in front of thousands of festival goers, many of whom had never heard of them before. And now more reactions from those casual attendees are surfacing online, and the pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. Hello, Starwave family. If you thought the first wave of Lollapalooza reactions was impressive, wait until you hear these new ones. More TikTok videos, Reddit comments, and first-hand festival experiences are painting the same picture. SB19 didn't just perform, they left a lasting impression. Let's dive in. One of the first reactions comes from TikTok user LJ, who admitted they only checked out SB19 because other people suggested they do so. According to the post, both LJ and their sister walked over to the stage out of curiosity. And what happened next? Instead of walking away after a song or two, they were left genuinely impressed. LJ wrote that although they only caught the last couple of songs, the crowd was completely captivated by the group's performance. They described the performance as powerful and said everyone around them seemed to be in awe. That's an important observation because it didn't come from a longtime fan. It came from someone who simply happened to be there and decided to give SB19 a chance. Another TikTok creator shared a humorous first impression involving member Stell. The creator joked that the very first time they saw SB19, Stell was shirtless, making quite the unforgettable introduction. It was clearly a lighthearted reaction, but it also shows how memorable the group's stage presence can be, even for people seeing them for the very first time. Then there was another attendee who posted a clip featuring members performing on stage and jokingly asked, "Hey Chad, what's the name of the guy in the black tank top?" Sometimes curiosity starts with something as simple as asking a name. Before people become fans, they often become curious. And curiosity is exactly what festivals like Lollapalooza are all about. One of the sweetest reactions came from a TikTok user who declared, "I'm officially an SB19 fan. They were so good. Short, simple, genuine." Another post focused specifically on member Ken, with the creator writing, "He's beautiful and I love his style." Again, that's the kind of organic reaction artists hope for when performing at international festivals. New audiences aren't comparing them to previous performances. They're simply reacting to what they see in front of them. Beyond TikTok, Reddit users also shared their experiences after attending the festival. One commenter mentioned that SB19 sounded great live and praised how well choreographed the performance was. The person added that they could now understand why so many people liked the group. That sentence says a lot. It doesn't claim SB19 is the greatest group in the world. It simply acknowledges that after seeing them perform live, the popularity finally made sense. Another Reddit user echoed a similar feeling. They wrote, "I can see why they have fans. The guys were good live and their fans were equally energetic." The commenter even admitted they didn't understand every word being sung, but still had fun because the energy of the performance translated beyond language. That's something music fans have talked about for years. A great live performance doesn't always require the audience to understand every lyric. Strong vocals, engaging choreography, stage chemistry, and crowd interaction can communicate emotion just as effectively. Perhaps one of the strongest comments featured in the compilation came from someone who wrote that this was one of the best Lollapalooza performances they had seen, especially in terms of live vocals. That's certainly a strong personal opinion, and while every festival goer will have different favorites, comments like these demonstrate just how impressed some attendees were after seeing SB19 perform live. Another interesting comment addressed something fans have been discussing online for a while. The commenter admitted they had previously wondered whether many positive comments about SB19 were simply from dedicated fans. But after witnessing the live performance firsthand, they changed their perspective. They wrote that they now understood why the fandom was so passionate, because the group genuinely delivered an entertaining show. Moments like these are important because they show how live performances can challenge assumptions. There's often skepticism online whenever a group receives overwhelming praise. Some people assume it's simply loyal fans supporting their favorites. But when casual attendees, people with no previous emotional investment, start sharing similar experiences independently, those reactions naturally carry a different kind of weight. Of course, it's also worth keeping everything in perspective. These screenshots represent selected positive reactions compiled by a content creator. They don't necessarily reflect every opinion from every attendee at Lollapalooza. Large festivals bring together thousands of people with different musical tastes. Some loved SB19, others may have preferred different artists. That's perfectly normal. What stands out, however, is the consistency among many of these independent comments. People repeatedly mention the same strengths: live vocals, powerful choreography, strong stage presence, high energy, crowd engagement. Those themes appear over and over again. And that's often what separates a memorable festival performance from one people quickly forget. For international artists, festivals aren't just about entertaining existing fans. They're about winning over strangers. Every person standing in that crowd represents a potential new listener. Someone who wandered over because they heard cheering. Someone waiting for the next performer. Someone curious enough to stop for a few songs. If those people leave talking about your performance afterward, you've accomplished something valuable. That's why reactions like these matter. Not because every comment is universally positive, but because they suggest SB19 succeeded in connecting with people who weren't necessarily expecting to become interested. That kind of exposure can't always be measured by streaming numbers or social media likes alone. Sometimes it's measured by simple comments like, "I get why they're popular now. I'm officially a fan. They were so good live." Those may seem like small statements individually. Collectively, they tell a much bigger story. For SB19, Lollapalooza wasn't simply another performance. It became an opportunity to introduce themselves to a completely different audience. And based on many of these first-hand reactions, it appears that opportunity paid off. As more videos, posts, and personal experiences continue appearing online, it'll be interesting to see how many more people discover SB19 through this performance. Because sometimes one unforgettable live show is all it takes to create a brand new fan. And judging from these reactions, that may be exactly what happened at Lollapalooza. What do you think? Have these new casual reactions changed your perspective on SB19's Lollapalooza performance? Which reaction stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates on SB19 and the biggest stories in music. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.